This is my voice, my weapon of choice. There's something in the water, and the oil's burning hot. Gaze into the belly of the beast, and feel something in me stirring. A call to the void, and the void is change. And the void is change. To make extraordinary change, we will be extraordinarily changed in the process, yes. Power, love, and pain, we remain dutiful, picked apart and molten in the crucible. Picked apart and molten in the crucible. Picked apart and molten in the crucible. I feel. A fraction. The internal world, it shifts to match the external, but still. Yes, I carry a light inside. And it can light others. And others can light me. Pour into. Pour into me. Pour into. Pour into me. Babylon rotten and I'm pulling teeth, I'm pulling teeth. Babylon rotten and I'm bringing heat, I'm bringing heat. Babylon rotten and I'm pulling teeth. I'm pulling teeth. You see, my mother was a fighter, tooth and nail, heavy clad, against the many-headed Hydra. You know Babylon rotten. To the head of Babylon, war them a war. Stepping into position, for the run for. To the head of Babylon, war them a war. Stepping into position, for the run for. Babylon rotten and I'm pulling teeth. And we chopping, yeah, we chopping, yeah, we chopping up the Hydra. And yeah, we chopping, yeah, we chopping, yeah, we chopping up the yes. Vigilante, Mangione, popping at the back, boom shots. Fire, fire, burning slowly, but the madness makes it burn real hot. I see the weapons of mass deception. Tony Blair in the business with the dark magicians feeding sedatives through your algorithm. Digital ID, a generational prison, you know. Yeah, you know Babylon rotten. Yes, you know Babylon. Yeah. You know Babylon rotten, yeah. To the head of Babylon, war them a war. Stepping into position, for the run for. To the head of Babylon, war them a war. Stepping into position, yeah, we gotta run for. Babylon rotten and I'm pulling teeth. And yeah, we chopping, yeah, we chopping, yeah, we chopping up the Hydra. Yeah, and yeah, we chopping, yeah, we chopping, yeah, we chopping up the. I delve into my inner world, the outer world is ugly. Cause all the answers are within, just gotta do all of this properly. Cause I follow truth, I follow love, and I'll fight anything opposite. Cause there's corruption, while the left and right are squabbling, so build motion. Well, I'm building up emotion, yeah, I'm building the motion. Well, I'm building up emotion, yeah, I'm building up emotion, yeah, I'm building the motion, building the motion. Well, I'm building up emotion, yeah, I'm building up emotion, yeah, I'm building the motion, building the motion. Well, I'm building up emotion, yeah, I'm building up. Hello and welcome. My name is Grove and we're here at Real World with the wonderful Saffron, and we're playing through a record of mine called Hydra at the minute. Me and my wonderful friends who are wonderful players. We've got EJ Akin, Chris Langton on the drums, Mike Ginnan on the guitar, and Big Bad James Storm. We're playing it front to back. This is a record for when the odds are stacked against, for when the righteous are called terrorists, and the terrorists are in our governments. We fight because we must, and we resist because we love. Feel the hunger, face the blood, so we must harness our attention. It's a reminder for me to harness my attention, to build the strength, to build community, to organize, and most importantly, we must break a fucking sweat. Turn up the jets, gonna get set, break a sweat. Fight it hard, there's no roulette, let break a sweat. Yeah, you know we're turning up the jets, gonna get set, break a sweat. Nah, 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 when you see this silhouette, pet, break a sweat. Yeah, demagogue, rain from the sky. 1 ton shells after 10-ton lies. Every life is sacred, every mother cries. What we do returns to the sender in time. Yeah, you know you lost the bet, little pet, break a sweat. Yeah. Fight it hard, there's no roulette, break a sweat. Yeah. You know we're turning up the jets, gonna get set, break a sweat. When you see this silhouette, break a sweat. Crazy Uncle Sam, he's going down too. All the global north dressed in their red, white, blue. Click their heels 3 times in a blood-soaked shoe. Applauding the devil, cause the devil's in you. I
hope that Benjamin Netanyahu falls in hell. Him and his generals deserve to fall in hell.
I'll never switch up my wish list, cause I support the resistance. So we're turning up the jets, gonna get set, break a sweat. Fight it hard, there's no roulette, break a sweat. We're turning up the jets, gonna get set, break a sweat. this deep love. We must ask ourselves, what are we willing to sacrifice for this change? This extraordinary change. This extraordinary change. And I'm my mother's daughter, so I break a sweat, break a sweat, yeah. I break a sweat, break a sweat, aye.
Formed the record called Hydra, the Hydra being the oppressive systems and structures that we live in, and us being the Hercules in this case, and undergoing the metaphorical training that Hercules went through, in that he pumped iron, got strong physically, mentally, in order to face the battle of the Hydra, where you cut one head off, two more grow. And that's what it often feels like when fighting oppressive structures, as we see with like the Palestine action, for example. It becomes a case of like, what can we do? What shall we do? The record definitely isn't an answer to it, but it is a spark to continue trying to find the answer collectively. The myth of Hercules and the Hydra, it wasn't just Hercules alone that killed the beast. He worked with his nephew called Iolaus, and that was like an essential part of combating the Hydra. One chopped the heads, one cauterized the wounds. So we've all got different roles in whatever this fight is. Not everyone is going to be chopping heads. There's like being the support network. There is being the mutual support connections within community, and I think that's just as important as going out there and fucking shit up. We did 3 rehearsals for this gig, because usually it's me and Ella performing together. It's just very electronic setup usually, and we thought it would be really interesting to take that into the more acoustic realm, and just to like really amp up the kind of punkiness and dubbiness of it all. So I guess the decision for me and Els to be facing each other is an homage to how we usually do it. The homies absolutely killing it up on the stage. Yes, it's all kind of happened quite organically. Like I remember first coming to Bristol and first coming to like a teachings in dub night at Trinity, and it absolutely blowing my mind, because the physical connection and sensation of sound system music is really unparalleled in how it kind of like connects the cerebral active listening and like the bodily feel of push and pull. There's like a sense of healing through big bass frequencies as well. So it's like combining dub and its healing bodily energy with punk, with its more cerebral. I think there's like a really nice balance of being pushed and pulled to the music in whatever way. So it's starting with Ella. Ella was using a Moog Sub-Fatty, big beast of a machine, as well as a Soma Terra, which is the lovely, beautiful like wooden block that's like super responsive. It's like a very, very tactile machine, and very like unorthodox. And she combines that with a wicked pedal board. On my end, I've got a SP404 Mark II, dub siren going through it. And for my vocal effects, I use the Boss RC505 going through a tape echo. And I actually didn't use the 505 for loops at all, kind of more used it for like the distortion effect it has. And I can find it very peng indeed. It's actually a recent tour that I went on that really expanded my mind to how I could incorporate more dub stuff in my setup, and that was going on tour with Bokeh Versions, the label who release weird experimental dub. Going on tour with like the crew from there, and see how they do their hardware setups, and I was like, oh, mine expanded, and over the past few months just been like honing little bits. So I got in touch with Saffron just before moving to Bristol in like 2019. I messaged him being like, hello, I make music. What you're doing looks amazing. I hope you did good. And then Lizzy met up with me and we had like a coffee. She encouraged me to apply for their arts development program. I managed to get on there which was like huge, being like welcomed so warmly by the crew at Saffron. It was amazing. It happened during COVID, so there was like a slight little bump in the road there. However, benefited hugely from being connected with a big community of other artists. What I really love alongside the opportunities is the being brought to do like workshops and like masterclasses and stuff like that from Saffron. Done a few sessions with people doing production, and it's nice to have that kind of feedback loop of being the one who learns from, and then being the one who teaches, and then being the one who learns, and that being like a sustainable, beautiful process. I have utmost respect for Saffron, and this obviously is very mad indeed. This whole real world session, and very full of gratitude. And I'm sure after this, it's like just really reflecting on this time of our connection, like 7 years of being in contact with this wonderful community and these wonderful leaders in Lizzy and Laura. Full of gratitude.